Entrepreneurial filmmaker and storyteller Charlie Vundla's latest film, Hotele Lerallaneng, has landed him an official selection invitation to the 50th edition of the International Film Festival Rotterdam. The movie focuses on the lives of a group of young artists as they struggle with personal demons and questions of creativity, family and life in this new reality while waiting out the pandemic in a beautiful hotel high in the Melville Koppies. Ahead of its world premiere, we speak to filmmaker Charlie Vundla. Charlie, very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning to you. Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the film. What is it all about?
The film is about two main characters. The first is a guy named Jabu, who is a young father and an ambitious novelist. And he has had some success early in his writing career, but he is blocked while trying to write his next novel. And to help put food on the table for his family, he's taken a job writing for a local TV show. But that job doesn't really fulfill his soul, and he's very unhappy. And he is also a recovering addict, and he struggles with that addiction every day. And when the film begins, he is told by his estranged wife that she wants to take their child to Europe for God knows how long. And this really throws his sobriety and his life and his career into even further turmoil. And there's a second main character called Roxanne, and she is a young filmmaker who is about to blow up onto the mainstream. She has signed up to direct a big budget Hollywood feature film, but the issue is that she's just found out that she is pregnant. It's an unexpected pregnancy, and she has to reconcile herself with that and decide if she wants to go down the single motherhood route and how that will affect her career and various other things. And this is all playing out with the background of the coronavirus pandemic. And both of the characters are essentially stuck in a boutique hotel in which they find refuge within the hotel. But they not only find refuge in the hotel, they find refuge within one another, and they're developing friendship.
I mean, I know that so many people, especially young people, will resonate with this film as it speaks to their struggles and the daily struggles, as it were. And the fact that it was shot last year, how did you manage to keep it fresh and original and still relatable?
Well, I think the fact that we shot during the pandemic really kept it fresh and original, because initially, I almost wanted to pretend that the pandemic didn't exist. And just kind of think that it was almost an alternate universe. But then I was like, no, that's ridiculous. This is a once in a lifetime event. We have to capture it and capture it authentically, because if we don't, we're just being fake. And because this pandemic has revealed a whole bunch of issues that were kind of already there, but lurking below the surface. And I really wanted to bring them up and turn the lens inward and kind of analyze who we are as a people, especially young artists who are trying to really make a go of it, but have real responsibilities that they have to live up to.
We know that films evolve through the creative process, sometimes most dramatically in the editing process. Did you encounter this? How did you move through it?
I edited this film in, I believe, 9 days. That is probably a world record in terms of editing a feature film. And the reason why it came together so quickly is because I shot it in a very unconventional way. I shot it without coverage. And what that means for people who aren't in the industry is that usually when you shoot a feature film, you shoot a wide shot where you can see the entire environment. And then you go closer for a medium shot, even closer for a close-up. And you're shooting these various shots, and it takes a long time to, put the camera here, then put it here, then turn it around. I just chose one shot and essentially let the entire scene play out in that one shot. So there were really no options when it came to editing in the editing room. It was just like basically pick your best take and let it play out.
Geez, man, that is absolutely astounding. And I mean, this being the only film to premiere at the International Film Festival Rotterdam, how does that make you feel, Charles?
Well, it really makes me proud to have the only South African feature film playing at this year's Rotterdam Film Festival. I really think it's a testament to what we did, myself, the cast and the crew, under very trying circumstances. It was very stressful. I mean, making a film is always stressful, but making a film during a pandemic is just a whole nother level. But they trusted in me. The cast and the crew trusted in me, trusted my vision. And I really think that this film is more than a film. It's almost a testament to the human spirit and what we can actually do when we put our minds to it, despite the adversity we face. So I think it's a very proud moment for all of us.
So, Charlie, what's your understanding of what the organizers and the adjudicators of this international film festival wanted, in each and every film? Did you deliver on that mandate, or you're simply telling an African story?
There was no mandate whatsoever. And I really couldn't even work that way if I tried. I'm an independent filmmaker to my core. Sure. And I'm not a hired gun. I really just focus on what I am trying to communicate through my art, through my film, and communicating that as honestly and authentically as I can. I really feel like this is my third feature film now, and this is by far my best one yet. It really gets to something that is emotionally truer than I've ever done in my entire career. And I think it's because, I'm at a certain age now, I've matured, I have a family, and I'm not just an egotistical young filmmaker who's trying to make his way in the world from a purely, me, egocentric point of view.
Yes.
I've gone beyond that now. So I think that that's probably where all this came from.
Indeed. So who do you think this film is made for or created for? What sort of person will enjoy watching this film?
I think the kind of person who is basically looking for a different kind of African film. When you watch a lot of African films that get picked up worldwide and travel the international festival circuit, they are very often about a certain type of African, be it a refugee or an impoverished African dealing with disease and things like that sort. And I don't want to talk down about those kind of films or filmmakers. I feel that there's a place for those kind of films because those issues exist. But I think in addition to those issues, there's a whole nother type of African that we aren't used to seeing on TV and on our movie theater screens. And these are young Africans who are very artsy, very driven, very creative, funny, charming people who are struggling with issues that can resonate around the world, whether it's, being stuck because of the pandemic or having, families to feed, inflation, just economic issues and stuff like that, friendship. So I think that this will present to the world and to this country a kind of South African who exist and that we know and that I think we're actually thirsting to see on screen, and hopefully this film fills that void.
Indeed. So when is it showing in South Africa?
We don't know yet. As of right now, we do not have South African distribution, but that can be solved. And I would advise all your watchers and viewers to go follow me on social media at Charlie Vundla, watch the trailer there, watch it on YouTube, and comment on it and like it, and try and get a conversation going, try and get a buzz going, because if we are able to gain traction in that way, it will draw the attention of South African distribution companies, and we can essentially force their hand and make them have to distribute this film in this country. And it's really within our power to do that. So I would encourage your audience to go out there and try and support this film and push it.
All right. Charlie, great chatting to you, man. And this being the only film at the International Film Festival, Rotterdam, we can't be more proud. Great chatting to you, and all the best.
Thank you very much, Mpilo.
All right. Well, that was entrepreneurial filmmaker and storyteller Charlie Vundla's film Hotele Lerallaneng will premiere at the 50th International Film Festival Rotterdam on the 2nd of June to the 6th of June this year.
Give us an update as to what's happening at the moment.
7 people have been arrested. We saw the community of Mushawana village blockade this road.
We're not going to vote. Anytime every corruption to our school, we're going to expose it.
Protesters are complaining. Beneficiaries are saying they haven't seen any dividends.
SABC Radio News.